Planning Commission. We have just one item tonight. First order of business would be to approve the agenda. Do we have any changes or a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The agenda is approved. There are minutes from April 11th, 2023 included in our packet today. Are there any additional changes to the minutes, additional to what's already perhaps been submitted to city staff? Okay, then do we have a motion for the minutes?
Move to approve the minutes.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those are also approved. There are no items on our consent or administrative agenda items tonight, so we will move to our legislative session, which will include a public hearing. There's one item. It is David Morley seeking to amend the official zone map from professional office into neighborhood commercial for a property located at 672 West, 400 South. And we have a presentation.
I know, aren't you excited?
Yes.
Don't get too excited. It's not.
Oh, it's my favorite.
I know.
This is why I got up today.
I know. I should have put something cool in there. I feel like I should slip in a meme, but then I'm like, oh, this goes on public record. I probably should not.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So this is really very straightforward. The property. I'm gonna kind of skip ahead. So this is the site. This is the South Valley Professional Plaza, and this is the partial that, and it's not really even, I should say this is the area they're looking at. You can see a little bit better within your packet that there's an actual parcel that is on here that is within this larger area. And so they are asking for this entire area to be rezoned rather than just the one area that has been that is a partial. It's been, it was part of the condominiumization. Is that a word? Okay, it is now, of the South Valley Plaza.
I expect a definition to be entered into the minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'll work on that. Yeah, if you can spell it, I can define it. Okay, and so currently, professional office does not allow, it does allow for restaurants and cafes, but it does not allow for drive-throughs. And they're looking to develop this property, and they would like to have the option of a drive-through with the restaurants that I believe that they are recruiting or working with. They can give you more details on that. But they would like to have that option. Now, directly across from it is zoned neighborhood commercial in this light pink, as well as down here. And the neighborhood commercial does allow for drive-throughs. And as you can see from the proximity, there is a drive-through at Freedom Credit Union, also at Zions Bank. And then there are restaurants down here that have drive-throughs. So Delicious, Zeppi's, this is Tropical Cafe. And then there's a couple of others down along here that also, Jersey Mike's and such, that also have drive-throughs. It is, as far as the questions of whether or not it's consistent with the general plan, the future land use map identifies it as a commercial and it is consistent with the intent of the neighborhood commercial zoning district, which is to provide services. To provide services and amenities to those in close proximity, including businesses, professionals, and residents. And it is complementary to the intended use in the professional office, which is service type businesses that would look for a place to go to eat for lunch hours. And then, of course, as we went over, the proximity of existing drive-through establishments. So that is pretty much it. So we, as planning staff, felt that it was within the application of the general plan, along with the amendments to the title and zone map. So, and the code. And that is pretty much all I have. Any questions?
If there was to be a drive-through there, do we have anywhere for cars to stack? I mean, it's kind of a funky parking lot.
It is, and so the good thing is with them as the property owners, they have the ability to kind of configure this parking. There's a great deal of parking up here that is not utilized. It's kind of over parked for, but then I think everything's over parked. Anyway, so there is a great deal of space here. Typically with drive-throughs for food establishments, we like stacking of 8 cars. And I feel that with the proper configuration that it could work.
So the same entity has control over this proposed development
Correct,
as the
yes.
rest of the
Yes,
area.
South Valley Professional Plaza is the one that is making the application, and they own this property, except for there are individual offices within here that are condominiumized. Oh, look, I did much better that time. But they own the common area is owned by South Valley Professional Plaza.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And not be stacking right there next to the office building where everyone's trying to drive around to the other side.
Possibly.
I haven't, they haven't produced a plan as to how it
Mm-hmm.
will work, but we'll make sure that it follows all the.
We have a plan that shows, we do have one
Okay.
stacking already.
Okay, great. And so,
It was submitted with this proposal, but maybe.
and it may let's see. If you scroll down in your proposal, not scroll down, sorry, turn the pages, they have provided site plans showing that. Now, and honestly, and this might just be kind of more of my opinion than anything, if you look at the stacking that we have, say for Beans and Brews, that we have for Tropical Cafe, that we have for many of them, there's the stacking there because, no, it's not, because of the tight parking. I feel that this allows and presents a much better possibility to avoid the crowded stacking that we have with those. And like I said, there is a one that does show some site plan, and they will be able to go over that and answer more questions for you as the applicant. But there is a great deal more flexibility, I think, in this space than there is in some of those spaces where we currently have the parking, or excuse me, the stacking.
And that egress onto Fourth South, that's right in, right out, correct?
Yes. Up here, it allows for more. The residential doesn't start till up here, so we don't feel there will be a significant impact on the residential. I feel like the only traffic really that would be going into the residential is those that live in that area. It would still allow for the traffic to come out here and then down.
Yeah, it's the going the other way.
Yeah,
And there's not a light there, right? It's just a stop.
no, there's not.
950 West is the closest light, and you have the bridge starting not too far from there, and then there's a median, so there's limited left turn.
Left turn options.
It's
No,
not a
it-
great place to make left turn.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
know
it's
there
not,
are
yeah,
some
so
people
it's,
that like it
as far as that configuration, it's not much different than the configuration we have down with, a little bit further down with the Taco Bell and the 7-Eleven, where there is not left out of the Taco Bell that they can only, it does have the divider on the median that allows for a left turn in, but you can't turn out, and that left turn in, you kind of pray and
Yeah.
hope that you cross your fingers and go. But yeah, so it is not an anomaly. We do have other locations that have drive-throughs that have greater traffic located in these neighborhood commercial that are further down and only have the right in, right out.
And then the on 400 South turning left into, what is that, Wood Springs Drive? Is there a left turn lane on 400? Okay.
There is.
There is. But if you're worried about stacking, go visit Quick Quack on a Saturday morning and see how far it's stacked all the way into Smith's parking lot.
I know.
So
Well, and
I don't
that's
think
so
that's a
delicious
real,
is also,
I don't think
it
that's a real
blocks
issue.
that-
Yeah, the Sodalicious blocks.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think that with, they have a plan here that they can go over in more detail. There is a great deal more open area in this than there is in some of those existing. So I think that through careful site plan and when they come to us with that, that can be mitigated.
and that left turn lane off of 4 South, is that, what, 3 stacking or 4 stacking?
I believe it's 3,
3.
but I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on that.
Just did.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, it's in the minutes. I know. So
But you said you believe that it is.
I believe that it is.
I believe
3.
in lots of things.
I do too. I believe in the Easter Bunny and that I'm 5'9" and blonde. Anyway, so if there are any more, if you don't have any more questions, we can turn the time over to the applicant who might be able to answer some of your site plan questions a little bit more.
Are there any other questions for Carla? Okay,
All right, great.
thank you.
You bet.
I'd like to invite the applicants to address the commission.
Do you want me to pull? I can, yes.
I can show you the stacking.
Yes, I can pull those up. Hold on 1 second.
They've got it set up as 9.
Oh, wait, maybe I can't pull it up. Is it on the website? Perfect. So- Just at Utah Public. Do we have them in there? I don't know what it's doing. There we go. Council agenda. Oh, there we go. I think I would know this. Where is it? It's not.
Maybe it's under the agenda? Just in the wrong spot? Nope.
We'll get there the long way.
One way or the other, it exists.
Yeah, I apologize.
Not a site plan approval. Yeah.
Yeah, a little tiny one.
Single showing.
No, that's okay. All right, so,
They want to look at that, that is the stacking one.
is that one, is that it?
Well. it
Okay,
looks
so I
like
don't
it-
have that one.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Does the council want to see that or that? See what we're talking about?
Oh, goody. Just like pass it around. And then they come
Before you get to the first,
So the west side is the one that's intended to have the drive-through use?
can't even get it. You have to turn into here to get into the office. You can't
There you go. So on that plan is, you can see the cars making the L. Is it for them to exit then onto 4th South or for them to continue back through the parking lot?
Well, as they loop from the backside to hit the drive-through, then they have the option of being able to go back out or back to 4th South. Does that make sense? Back to the intersection or back, so they'll come all the way out and then they can go through the parking lot, back the way they possibly came in or back to 4th South.
Okay.
I got options there.
But there isn't, and there isn't an egress right now in front of those buildings onto 4 South, is there?
There is.
Or is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
All right.
one. It's like just off of the screen in this picture,
Yeah.
just to the
How far
east
back
of
is
it.
the hill as you come over?
So there is an
Not far.
existing one,
Not far.
okay.
Correct.
Generally, we're just taking a right turn in and not a left turn out, but sometimes people do the left. Not often.
Like if you look
You have
at
to wait for a
the,
long time.
if you go back to
Yeah.
Are
this,
stacked up behind to make that turn?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the one where you can see where the
it does
turn
have quite
in.
a
Yeah.
wide shoulder.
It's on the map here,
Yeah,
but
from
Right there.
4
This is
South,
why.
I
yes.
couldn't remember there being one there.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so I appreciate being here tonight. Dave Morley, Zions Builders. I'm a land developer and a builder. And then I figured if it's okay, we'll have Dr. Chamberlain. It's his property, and I'm just helping to develop that, but both of us maybe answer whatever questions you might have.
Okay.
You
Yeah, so
related,
I'm Darren Chamberlain.
you related to Craig and Mike?
Brothers.
Oh, there's 2 strikes against you. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
Did you state your address for, Heather?
My address for the property or
Oh, For you, yes.
my
as you're
my
speaking.
home address,
Yeah.
5976 West, 8000 South, Payson, Utah.
They just need it for the records.
So you can see that we have this property, and as I was approached, what we have planned for this is I have a letter of intent from Chubby's, which is an American-style restaurant. You've probably seen them around. And then there's a second restaurant that they are actually the ones that wanted the drive-through. I don't know if you know of a Todka restaurant in Payson. It's a small Indian restaurant. He was actually
Oh.
a cook in the Bombay House for a while, and has done really, really well in Payson. It's a tiny little place that, anyway, what his idea is that he would like to do kind of a takeout similar to a Panda Express, but Indian style food. And so this isn't going to be very busy. It's going to be something that people, as they call in, will be able to just go through the drive-through, pick up their food, and go. It's not going to be a McDonald's or a In-N-Out burger or anything like that. But anyway, and hopefully you can see that we have enough room for for a drive-through, and that's the only reason we're requesting that. And so if this is approved, then he's ready to sign the letter of intent and be able to come in. And hopefully you see that that's some delicious food. There's not a lot of, sit-down restaurants that are like this in Springville, and so we just ask that you kind of help us bring somebody like this into the city.
So Chubby's will not be a drive-through?
Chubby's will not be a drive-through. That's not their business model.
The one in Orem, I think, had one, that's why.
No, in fact, I
Or
asked
did
them
they
if they
close
wanted.
that
They
Okay.
said we'd thought about it, but we've never really done a drive-through. There is one that is thinking about doing that, but Chubby's is owned by several brothers,
Right.
and they get together and meet and talk. And as they've talked about it, they just don't feel like that's
Okay.
a good business model for them.
You've already started some groundwork down there.
We did. We got a disturbance permit, and what it was, a big detention, well,
Right.
not really detention, just a big hole that was left. So we were just
Right.
bringing compacted fill in and kind of raising up the site.
Okay.
Any further questions?
You asked about parking. That parking lot, if it's a quarter full, that would be a good day. I think there's ample parking for that. I don't feel like putting a restaurant in is going to affect the flow in and out of that parking lot very much, especially in the middle of the day. I mean, there'll probably be a little bit of a lunch rush, but most of the business is going to be done in the evening, and that parking lot's pretty well empty in the evening, except for when we have events at the event
Right.
center. So-
Weddings.
And even the event center events don't take up a lot of that parking lot at all. So.
What's the capacity of the Chubby's gonna be, do you know?
That is a good question. It's right around just over 4,000 square feet, so I don't know.
They take up a pretty small footprint, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The one in
Okay.
Spanish and the one in Provo that I've been to.
yeah, the Chubby's is gonna be about 4,000, then the other, 4,300 square feet, and then the Totka is about 2,000 square feet, so it's less than 6,500 square feet total for the size of the building.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, being a legislative session, we have a public hearing for this item. Do we have a motion to open the public hearing?
Move to open the public hearing.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is now open. If anyone from the public would like to address the commission, they are welcome to come forward at this time. You can pretend you're public if you want. It's something about variety. I'm a resident.
Pop over for lunch.
Seeing no public coming forward, I move to close it.
Mike took the words out of my mouth. Seconded. Oh,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Public hearing is now closed. Discussion from the commission on this item.
Oh, just a question, Carla. So they are over parked for the ordinance requirements, correct? Yes. Okay. And then what are the other things that could be in there additionally if we change the zoning? What other types of establishments?
So since it's such a small area that they're asking to be zoned, because they're just asking for that small corner. The neighborhood commercial allows restaurants, cafes, pretty much everything that you see across the street. The same type of basis. They're not asking for a rezone of the entire parcel.
What's that
Although,
corner?
if that was what you chose, or the entire area, I should say, but if you wanted to do that, you can, that of course is a consideration, and the uses that are currently there would still be allowed in the neighborhood commercial, so nothing would change on this.
Okay.
There's the option for shared parking, and so, we feel that with the, number of parking stalls that's there now, that it would still meet all the uses that would be there.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions? Do we have someone who would like to make a motion?
Sure. I'll move to recommend approval to amend the official zone map from the PO Professional Office Zone to the NC Neighborhood Commercial Zone on the property located at the southeast corner of 400 South and Wood Springs Drive, and including parcel 66, colon 458, colon 0014.
Okay.
Seconded.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. And that is the conclusion of our agenda. Do we have any information from staff before we adjourn?
Oh.
Block five. Mhm.
Block 5 sounds cool.
That's true too.
So we'll be seeing that? No. Yeah? We don't have to see it.
It's just administrative site plan DOT review. We've just been waiting,
For that.
anticipating for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Often those comments last year.
Yes, what's going on with Allen's Walk? Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Yes.
Do you know how soon they intend to move on that?
The last I heard from the applicant, it's within the week.
Right. In time for our city days.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
up anywhere to be able to be part of the demo crew? Pushing a button? Fine.
Do they match your house at least? Oh, you just like them, okay. If anybody knows of a yellow brick house that someone's tearing down, I need them.
That's true. That's true. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.